Hi guys, Arwen here. So today, as I tuned in to do a reading for the collective, what came up was nervous system regulation. Like that's what I heard in my mind as I was deciding on decks to use. And I went ahead and pulled a few cards already. And I just really feel deeply that it's really time we must listen to our body. And we must listen to our heart and our soul and stop listening to our mind. I feel like that is just like so important and so powerful. And that actually has the power to transform worlds. That has the power to shift things in your life and create it so that you're living your heaven on earth. Because your heart already knows. It's known the entire time. It's literally known the entire time. Okay? So the first card we have is set your intentions with heart and soul. And what I feel from this card is like having empty ego intentions isn't, hold on, let me think how to say it. You have certain intentions that are actually ego intentions, but like you're not realizing it. But if I were to ask you the question, I would be like, so which are your desires, which of your intentions are completely from your ego and lacking soul? So think in your head the answer to that, right? Whatever just came to you, that is a not soul-aligned divine intention. And I'm feeling from the guides that that is what they want to bring up. It's that they want you to, number one, recognize the difference between a soul desire and like an ego desire. And this is like really pivotal. Because if you keep chasing fulfilling ego desires, you're actually in the energy of lack, right? You're in the energy of I don't have enough. So you're in the energy of like chasing and trying to get, and then therefore it will always elude you. And then when you finally get it, you're actually not satisfied anyway, because it wasn't soul aligned. Right? When you get something that is soul aligned or heart aligned, then you feel fulfilled. So they're also kind of bringing up that a lot of us judge ourselves for not getting these arbitrary goals that our ego says we should reach or society says we should reach. And they just want us to have compassion for ourselves and have love for ourselves. Because in their eyes, like, these things don't matter. So we're judging ourselves for not getting these things that don't even matter in the first place. Which, when they put it that way, it sounds hysterically funny. Yeah, that's exactly what we do. And they want us to really tune into the truth. When you tune into the truth, then you're not swayed by other people. You're not swayed by these things going on in society. And they want you to notice. So we have trust your intuition, she's always right, and look for the signs and synchronicities. And they're wanting you to make the connection between when your intuition is telling you something, and then that thing happens in your reality. And they want you to notice like how it feels. Very important. Because when you do that, then later, when you pick up on something and it feels, right, it feels like that frequency, then you can be like, oh, that means that this is going to happen. Oh, that means it's a weighted probability that it's going to happen. Excuse me. I don't know where that sneeze came from. So, that's the first thing. I do have an example of that. I remember during, the time period of 2020 when we all had to sit at home. I have a different ring for everyone in my phone. And I noticed that because, I wasn't out in society, I was like sitting at home, I was more in my inner space, and I would notice that I would think of someone, and then about 15 seconds later I would hear their ding on my phone. And that happened so much that I was actually able to realize that feeling when I think of that person and I feel that feeling, it felt a certain way. I don't know how to explain it. It was like I could pick it up and it was like tacky. That feeling, they were thinking of me, right? Because you're thinking of someone when you're texting them, and now I know what that feels like when someone is thinking of me, because I have a lot of data. Okay, and I got lucky. I have provable data because of the texting thing, right? And I realized, sorry, Moss is somewhere. There she is. There's a Moss kitty. I realized that Moss is the mother and Twinkles is the baby, who's 2 years old. That's why he's so big. But anyway, I realized that that feeling is, I had it my whole entire life, but I didn't have data in order to recognize that that was what it feels like when someone is thinking of me. But because of what happened in 2020, and I had all that time by myself, and then I started noticing the correlations, I was able to figure things out. So they're wanting you to do that. That was the point of my story, okay? They're wanting you to notice, oh, I feel this and then this happens. I feel this and then this and this occurs, okay? Another way to also really hone in that you are doing it is to keep a little book. So I did this too. On the book I would write down my perception, and then later I would go back when I had data and I would write if I was correct, if I was wrong, or no data, because sometimes you can't know everything, because sometimes I would just know like medical things that were wrong with people, but like I wouldn't go ask them, hey, did you get diagnosed with such and such? Well, I'm not gonna do that. Like, it's inappropriate. So I would just like never know. So things like that are like no data. But what happened at the end of a few months when I was like keeping track of all these things is I was basically right on everything, or there was no data. I was wrong on nothing. So there's that. But it's so amazing to keep like a notebook of that. Highly, highly recommend. So your soul whispers love and your ego whispers fear. It might be of value to start noticing your thoughts and noticing what the soul aligned thoughts feel like and what the ego thoughts feel like, right? Because they're a different frequency. They're a different frequency. When you are connected to your soul, it feels a certain way. You don't feel anxiety. You don't feel stress. You actually feel very present. You feel in the moment and you feel happy. You're not having a struggly time, you know? So tune into your inner peace. Tune into your soul, however that is. Could be meditation. I honestly like to go to the coffee shop, stare out the window. That's my form of meditation. The pool. I love to get in the pool and put my AirPods in and just like focus on like I'll listen to high vibe stuff on the AirPods, or I'll listen to nothing, but I'll just like comb my hands through the water, and that's my way of like being present. So whatever your way is, they're wanting you to do more of that, because in that stillness is like when you're gonna put things together and notice things like I did with the texting, and then realizing that, oh, you know, I'm always right, and that's how I know when people are thinking of me. So the next card we have are the Sing, Sound Healing, Family, and Connect with Your Womb. Connect with your womb feels really deeply to me like connecting with your what, it's like, what do you really want, like in your body? What does your body want? It's not what your head wants. It's not what society wants. It's not what your family wants for you. And I'm really getting that, like, this is your creative power is what this card is representing. And so many of you have family ties. I don't know why that's coming up so strongly. Your family has all these cords to like thinking that you should do it this way and you need to do that and you need to accomplish this. And they have all these cords to you because, well, first of all, I'm getting that it's unconscious. And number two, it makes them feel safe to have you do these certain things because they, on some level, feel fear. And it's like, well, if I can just control that they do this thing, that I'll be safe because it's something I can control, because I can't control all these other things going on in my life, but I can control this person. I'm getting that this is really unconscious. They are not consciously thinking this at all. They're just not. It's reminded me of an energy session that I did once, and the person was Catholic. And what so fascinated me, I'm not saying that everybody that's Catholic has this pattern, but like so many of his dead relatives showed up, his live relatives showed up like holographically, as I was like sorting through like what was going on in his energy field, because he wanted to like do things he wanted to do and like be sovereign. And he had like hundreds of relatives with cords to him, and I was like, well, no wonder you feel this way, right? So we sent all the, you know, relatives, dead and alive, love and whatnot, and then I did what the energy told me to do to make it so he could be more sovereign, so we did that. But anyway, It's a random story. But I am feeling that very much for you guys. And it's just, I feel like they want you to have like strength in just being true to yourself. Like, I can't express like how much they want you to know this. Like, I just wish I could like send a light through the camera and just be like, whew, and you could just like feel that. You'd be like, oh yes, I'm gonna be true to myself. Forget all these people. Sound healing. Sound healing. So singing bowls, gongs, hand pans, particularly singing bowls, is like, first of all, singing bowls are so good for being in your body. I can tell you that right now. Because I do singing bowl ceremonies where I live, and then I also go to them. And it completely gets you out of your brain and into your body. So really, I mean, you can Google your city sound healing or your city singing bowls, see if there's any in your area, because there's like group ones where I am, and they're $25. So maybe you'll get lucky and that'll be in your city. But it's like, it's phenomenal. It's my favorite part of my entire week, and I go absolutely every single time that I can. It's like fantastic. So doing that can get you into your body and out of your head. Like, it's kind of really hard to stay disconnected with singing bowls. And I am going to do some singing bowl videos for you guys. I am feeling that like in my field. The next card we have is Sing, and she's just being joyful and happy and doing what she feels just most called to do. And when you're in your joy, when you're doing a craft that you like, I feel this very strongly. If you guys have some craft you haven't done in a long time, some activity, playing an instrument, knitting, crocheting, something like that you really enjoy, it's time to go back to that and like bring that into your life, particularly if you did it a lot when you were younger, or even just a few years ago when you enjoyed it so much. That can really bring like so much presence, because you'll be in your body, you'll be centered, you're only thinking about that thing, you're not thinking about all the other things. And then I've got journal and clear your energy field. So when I say this card, clear your energy field, what comes up for you about that needs to go, or that you no longer need in your life? Like, what is the first thing that you think of? Oh, I need to stop doing such and such. Oh, I need to stop going to the such and such place. Oh, I need to stop talking to such and such about whatever and going down a rabbit hole of negativity. Like, whatever that is that comes to you, I'm feeling that's like this gentle nudge of like, hey, you could choose something a little more nourishing. Like, this is not helping you, it's pulling you down. And they want you to journal, but really it feels like this card feels like bringing your attention and bringing your focus onto what is important to you. And a lot of times, because there's so much going on in our society and we are distracted, journaling helps to bring your focus so you can be present and really like assess things and see what you need to see. We also have the Integrity card and Vacuum Away Fear and Ascended Masters. So align your actions so they match your values and inner knowingness of what's right for you. So when you are in integrity, you are doing what your heart is telling you to do, right? That means like your heart and your mind, they're lined up, etc. When you're out of integrity, it's because you're doing something your head thinks you should do, but your mind disagrees, your soul disagrees, your body disagrees, right? So, and I do want to say this too. Part of the way that you can know what's right for you is by feeling how your body feels, because your body is completely connected to your soul, right? It's connected to your heart. It is the unconscious. It is not using language, and the body doesn't lie. The body will give you an accurate assessment of what is right for you and what is not right for you. Okay. Okay, so let me see if there's anything else. I feel like I want to pull a little bit of these cards for you all. All right, we have Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms, Sisterhood of the Rose, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. So you already are this person. You already are the divine embodiment of God. You already are spreading your light all the time. And I guess in some ways you're thinking that you're not doing it, but you are. And it's like your guides and ascended masters that are with you, they see you. They are working through you. Your light is cascading out. So even though you may be focused on your humanness or focused on like, oh, I didn't do that right, and I should have done this, and I have this long to-do list, they just want you to know that you are doing good. You are already doing it. Like you are accomplishing your purpose, like just by being here. And that in itself is changing lives. You don't even need to do anything. Like you're so valuable and you are so precious that you don't need to do anything. Just your being elevates people. Just your presence. The next cards that have come up are Answer the Call and Leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. And then Say No to Fear, Star Mother, and Priestess. So whatever your dream is, whatever your calling is, whatever thing you're like, oh, that'd be so wonderful. I'd love to do that, but I can't because of X. But I can't because I don't have the money. But I can't because it's like too difficult or whatever, you know. Or I can't because I don't have the support in order to do it. Like whatever is coming up for you. What I'm feeling is when you decide that you're ready, then everything will line up for you. So when you keep saying, I'm not ready, I'm not ready, I'm not ready, the universe says, your wish is my command. And keeps circumstances and events to look like you can't do it. Because you keep telling the universe, I can't do it, I'm not ready, I can't do it, I can't do it. And the universe says, okay, we will continue to create circumstances and events where you can't do it. Right? So you have to go first. You choose and decide, I'm doing it. And then circumstances and events will line up so you can do it. And you can't leap. Right? It's like you manifest the step in front of you by decreeing that it's there. You manifest the next step, the next step, and the next step by commanding that the steps come forth and they are shown to you. Okay? I am in the process of selling my house and I've just asked for divine guidance, and this morning woke up several fantastic ideas. I was like, why didn't I think of this sooner? So I'm going to execute those. I already got started today. In the stillness, you always know. We also have Star Mother and Priestess. How are you being called to step out and lead? How can you nurture yourself? So this feels like tuning into your own needs, being real with your own needs, which was the whole beginning, like reading of the first cards, right? Tune into your needs, what you actually need, what you actually want, is going to allow you to step out to do the authentic. I'm really feeling the word authentic, not necessary. You could be a leader, you could not be a leader. Like that doesn't, they don't really care. They're not thinking of it as like, oh, you have to lead this whole army. No. It's more like being authentic. So leading from your authenticity within inside of you. Leading with your heart energy and what is meant for you and what you are meant to be doing and how you're meant to be doing it is important. So it's kind of like they're wanting you to take the focus from, I need to lead this thing, I need to figure this thing out, I'm the one who's in control of this, I have to make it work. I am, oh, this is so interesting, let's feel into this. The feelings of, I don't know, they're using a business as an example, but this may not be a business for you, but the energetics should resonate. It's this, I have to do this business and I have to figure it out and I have to use my thinking mind to like figure out what it is that I'm going to do, and I need to just know all these things. I have to know everything, and to figure it out. And even just tapping into that stresses me out. But what they're saying is like, how can you nurture yourself? How can you get more in your body? How can you feel more of your deep feelings? How can you get to such rest? This is why they wanted me to talk about nervous system regulation. How do you get into such deep rest that you feel like a release of your ego? Singing bowls is one way you could do that, by the way. You feel this release of your ego and you are so present in your body that you can receive the messages emphatically from your guidance system, from your higher self, from the gods, from cosmic forces, whatever you should like to call it. And then you follow that. It's this feeling of being led, being led from the inside, and allowing that to be your guiding star and your true north. That will bring you fulfillment. That will bring you what you want. That will allow you to blossom and unfold. Okay? Okay. I feel like that is today's message. I want you to know Twinkles is sitting in the doorway. I have no idea why he has not come to the camera. He's being a fuzzwinkle. But, alas, I'll use the Self-Care Oracle cards today. The Shine from the Inside Oracle cards, as well as Doreen Virtue's Angel Therapy, and then the Work Your Light Oracle as well. Okay. Alright guys, I'll see you all in another video. Bye. Come here.